Aaron?
Alice?
Thank God, can you hear me?
Are you okay?
Daniel knows.
Alice?
Calling Force of Nature a sequel to the popular cop movie The Dry is perhaps pushing it a bit. Yes, it stars Eric Bana as federal detective Aaron Falk, but otherwise there's not much connection with the first film, which involved a man returning home many years later and solving two vaguely connected crimes.
So you've heard some stories about me.
I've heard some.
You have personal history with the girl who died in a river 20 years ago.
Is a connection between the two deaths.
Well, this time Aaron is solving the mysterious disappearance of Alice, who works for a shady financier called Daniel Bailey. Alice had been part of a 5-woman team-building exercise to survive in the bush for a weekend, but only 4 came out.
Alice has been on her own for more than 30 hours. Why did she call you? A couple of feds out of their natural habitat?
The other women include Jill, the boss's equally dodgy wife, 2 sisters, good girl Bree, ne'er-do-well Beth, and there's the meek and mild Lauren, who had issues with Alice before they even went into the bush.
Daniel Bailey, you work with Alice? She's a very highly regarded member of our team.
No mobile phones. You need a social media-free weekend, ladies.
You'll survive.
Now, if director Robert Connolly has a weakness, it's his fear of a simple, straightforward narrative. So Aaron's investigation is constantly interrupted by not 1 but 2 flashback sequences. What happened with the 5 women, and a totally unrelated trip in the bush by a young Aaron and his mum and dad several years before.
Your mind starts to play tricks on you out there. Like you're being watched.
Was Alice up to something?
I think people make their own choices.
Although we're not always clear of the consequences, are we, Alice?
Still, like The Dry, Force of Nature is that rare thing, a big hit on both sides of the Tasman. It pops along at a commendable pace, glossing over a few holes in the plot, and Eric Bana, as always, is a likeable presence.
None of you have been honest with me about what happened out there.
Why are you really here?
I wonder why New Zealand producers don't have a crack at a few more film thrillers like this. They're clearly popular, judging by the success of TV series like The Brokenwood Mysteries and After the Party. Perhaps we can give the cinema of unease a rest for a bit and turn to simpler fare. After all, who doesn't want to know who done it?
Nature holds us all to account.